So we have been debugging and we have been stuck at driver wrong instantiation. So we didn't initialize our driver very well, and so we've been having issues with the test, right? Now I have gone back to the test base to know what the issue is, and now we have only one method here in our test base called it setup, right? And then another thing was we were supposed to introduce the web driver here, so that exactly was what was giving us the null, I think null pointer error or so, yeah, in our test, because you know that this test base is a base for our test here, right? So if the driver is not well instantiated here, it is also going to affect our test. So let's go back to the test base. So we have the setup called the property. You already know this already, right? Yeah, it is the directory from the Chrome driver here. And then we want to get the URL. So all of this we have test run and it's working perfectly well. Now going back to our Selenium web form test, I've also removed some stuffs here, and then we are left with what? Just the test and what? The test class, the test method and the test class, right? So we are extending from test base, means that we are inheriting properties from test base, and most important property we are inheriting from test base is the driver and the setup method. The driver and the setup method. So let's come here. So you see, test Selenium web form. We are using the driver to do what? To call the setup method. We don't want it to be null, right? So I have written this out. The second line we get the title of the web page, and then I want it to print it to the console that this is the title, right? And then here we have our pages. For pages and mappings, there's really nothing, no so much change. So we have the web form mappings for at find by, right? And then we have the web page. Oh yeah, I added something here in the page in the web form page, right? The page object. Now what did I add? I included mappings, so such that it's going to exactly map the web element directly to the mappings here, to the exact mappings that we are using here, right? So that is what I wanted to do. So I introduced mappings, private Selenium web form mappings. So our method remains the same. Get Xbox value. Okay, this is get text but not set Xbox, but it could be confusing. So I just want to click on the text box and then pass in the value, whatever value I will set in my test. Yeah, in my test. So I'll pass whatever thing I want to type in my test. Then I have click on the submit button. I have the get message text. Okay, now this is settled. We'll come back to our test and we execute this. So these are the test steps, like I said earlier. The test steps. So these are the test steps, like I said earlier. Your driver this, then so if you execute this one now, of course I've tested it earlier and it's working. So I just wanted to show us what went wrong, the error we were getting, and how to fix it in case you have this kind of issue next time. Okay, now so we have this here. Let's click on this and see what's going on. Okay, so yeah, it is properly navigated, and yeah, it is picking this now, and it's picking this submit also, and now we have form received, right? Not only do we have form received, because I asked you to also print out some things to the console, you will see some things like the page title, for example. I asked you to print it to the console after you get the title, right? So I have it in the console. Setting text box value. Welcome to Selenium Webforms. I also asked you to print out this, right? So look at it here. It's here. There's also clicking the submit button, and there is also the get text. Now this one returns the get text directly. We didn't system out print anything. We just ask it to return the text that it has seen, right? And it is what received. So yeah, so we have all these, and with this we've come to the end of the class of this particular web form automation. In the next class, we'll be dealing with a different application where we'll create the web elements from the beginning to the end. We create the page object, we create the test. We won't have any issues by that time, because why? Our little framework, I won't call it framework yet, is already set up. We have a full setup now that should work for any other test moving forward. Thank you so much for staying in the class and watching this video. See you in the next class.